Well, a gutsy performance. It wasn't very pretty, but it doesn't have to be pretty all the time. I felt like the win before against Monroe was a pretty win, and tonight was a game where you learn how to win when you don't do a lot of things well, but then you did a lot of things well, and so I want to credit Memphis. I think there are a couple of lead changes back and forth. They're off to a great start. They're a good club, they're having a really good year, and they've got some really good arms. You know, we got punched in the nose there, 5-0 right out of the gate, and it would have been very, very easy to lay down on a midweek game coming off the road, and kind of here we go again, and we didn't do that, and we were able to get their left-handed starter out of the game, and we get the bases loaded, and then Zach Henry, he empties them, and the next thing you know, it's tied, and we did a lot of little things to get it to 5-2 to get on the board. And then from there, Van Cleve did a great job of just keeping the game right where it was. It wasn't mop-up time. It was very important pitching time to hold it where it was, to give us a chance. And then we're able to add on and tack on, and then they were able to answer back. Good job by them in the 7th and the 9th. And then from there, we get the leadoff man on, Zach Henry, hit by pitch. And then Alex Seguin, who took the lead 6-5 there in the 6th inning with a safety squeeze. He did an outstanding job. He gets another bunt down against a guy throwing 95. That's really hard to do. I bet a lot of people couldn't do that on a pitching machine, throwing that hard. And Alex gets a beautiful bunt down, and then Chaplin, intentional walk, and then Ryan Geck, who's just been clutch for us. I think he had a slider just inside the line. But Beasley before that had bases loaded, and he kind of walk a man, get a guy out, but he left them loaded to give the team a chance to win. But every game, and it was a frustrating weekend down in Louisiana, but every game has been like that, where we fought back and battled back, and tonight we were able to get it done.
Coach, Alex Seguin has had a tough start at the plate.
Sure.
But came up big in a pressure situation this evening. What do you think that will do for his confidence going forward?
I've always said my shortstop, my catcher, if they're going to play defense at that level, we turned 3 double plays tonight. So Seguin and Chaplin, that double play combo has been outstanding, and also the pitchers throwing the ground ball. But if Alex is going to play defense like that, I'm not worried about his hitting. Now, what I know is that it's just a matter of time that Alex will start contributing more at the plate. But tonight, guys, for me, Alex had an outstanding offensive night with the safety squeeze and the sack bunt with the game on the line. Obviously, the batting average is not there yet. We're still in February, so I'm not panicking. And Alex has a track record of hitting at Little Rock, and he hit all fall and spring. It's just a matter of time. He's really close. But if we play solid defense up the middle, we're going to win a lot of ball games, and Alex is still a leader and a quarterback on the infield.
You mentioned the solid defense up the middle. 3 double plays turned tonight, 12 on the year. That's as many as anybody in the country as of yesterday. How big is that for a pitching staff that's already been terrific early in the year?
It's huge. You make a great point. I didn't know it was that high up there. The first part of the double play is you got to throw a quality pitch down in the zone, and I have been just so pleased with how we've attacked on the mound and pitched it, and a lot of different names and a lot of different guys, and we still have guys that haven't thrown yet that we believe in. And that's the first part. You got to throw a quality ground ball pitch in the bottom of the zone, and then it takes a good first throw and a double play, and we're making good feeds, and then somebody's got to finish it. And then don't forget Ryan Geck. You know, we're 6'5", he's 6'6" over there, being able to stretch and get that call. And so double plays are one key ingredient of a championship club.
Let's stay with the defense, talk about the pitching tonight. Zach Busick, you got 3 innings out of him, kind of up and down. He did some things, but had some control issues with 3 walks. But overall, how would you rate his outing?
Well, first of all, we really have a lot of high expectations for Busick. His future's so bright. Just a sophomore. I think he started four starts on the weekend, maybe 5, before he battled a little bit of arm trouble throughout the year. Zach Busick was one of our best top 2 arms in the fall and the spring. And so he's young, but it is an electric arm. We believe in Zach. He's going to be back out there. And we wouldn't have started him against a team like Memphis if we didn't believe in him. He's just got to trust his stuff and believe that Zach is good enough to throw the ball over the plate and not try to throw swing and miss pitches and throw away from the hitters, but attack and let that defense you talked about help them out.
Been hearing the term a lot lately, Gary Hogan magic. Where did you first hear that, and what kind of constitutes as being Gary Hogan magic? I imagine that's some of it right there.
Yeah, there's I don't know the numbers. They're starting to pile up a little bit. The walk-offs. It goes back to our Sun Belt days. It goes back to the great ones that were here before, like Riley Pittman and Kel Imshoff and Christian Reyes. And I'm going to leave some guys out, and they're going to get mad at me. But those guys were part of walk-offs. And Ryan Benavidez and all those guys, just believing that at Gary Hogan Field the game's never over, and there's a magic that happens when the Trojans have a chance to win a ball game. It started with hit by pitch. It started with a sack, and then here we go. And last year there were a few walk-offs. And to be honest, we started saying that in the dugout as a psychological thing, that to believe that, hey, something magical is about to happen for someone. Is it going to be you? You have to believe that it's going to be you. You have to envision yourself getting up there in the moment, getting the pitch that you want to hit, putting a good swing on it, the ball getting to the outfield, your teammates mobbing you, chasing you through the outfield. Like, you got to see it before it happens. And so we try to plant that seed by in the dugout talking about, hey, it's time for some Gary Hogan Field magic.
I want to go back to the pitching just for a moment and talk about the bullpen. Blake Van Cleve,
Yeah.
Another solid outing. Hunter Royal was pretty clutch there at the
Sure.
late stages, and even Josh Beasley, even though he put some runners on base there in the extra inning, he still came through and made a couple of good pitches to get some outs there to send that
Yep.
game into the bottom.
You're exactly right. They didn't really hit those guys.
Mm-hmm.
The only, and I know Coach Cox is very displeased with this stat. We had 8 free passes and a hit by pitch. We hadn't been doing that all year.
Yep.
And this is not a discredit to Memphis, but statistically, the game is probably not that score where it's that tight if we eliminate the free passes. But to credit Memphis, good teams, they will make you pay when you give them free base runners. And I've been preaching that. But Blake Van Cleve could be a weekend starter, and Blake Van Cleve was the best statistic pitcher we had in the fall. And so for him to be a weapon, kind of a stopper, to come in and hold the game right there, and he's been extended for his pitch count and built up to where he can stay out there 3, 4, 5 innings until we get their starter out of the game, get into their bullpen, and then we're able to grab 2, and then we're able to grab another 3 and now it's 5-5, and now Van Cleve's out there and he's rolling. And then you get the ball to Beasley. Beasley didn't give up any hits that I remember. No, he just allowed some free passes. Had that 2-strike hit by pitch on a fastball in, but just really good. And Royal did it down at Thibodaux, Louisiana. He got the left-hander out in a big moment, their best hitter. So great job by our bullpen, great job by our defense, and then timely hitting, and that's how you win.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Go Trojans. All right,